What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hack Smarter Twitch channel. My name is Tyler. Whether you're watching this live on Twitch or after the fact on YouTube, man, it is good to have you hanging out with me this evening. We were attempting to do some Try Hack Me stuff, but Try Hack Me's VPN doesn't like me right now. My only guess is what I've recently did is I updated my Kali Linux machine to the newest Kali Linux machine that was just released. And that's my only guess. That's what's changed since the last time I was on Try Hack Me. But I'm able to connect to both the HackTheBox VPN with no issue and HackTheBox Academy VPN with no issue. So it's only limited to the Try Hack Me VPN. As a result, we're going to do something different. We are going to do some classic HackTheBox, and we'll get frustrated together. We'll try to learn it together. Let's go to HackTheBox. Let's see what's going on HackTheBox. I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a second in case I need to type in my password. Should auto log in, but let's see what happens. So far, so good. I'll reshare my screen in just a moment. Beautiful. Here we are. Now, just for proof of concept, let's see if we can connect to it. Lab.tenebrae. There we go. And we are on the VPN. I don't know what the issue is with everything else, but it's working right now for HackTheBox. That starts for me. I don't know if I'm allowed to stream the seasons, guys. That's what I really want to do, is stream seasons. Can I do a box that doesn't give anyone points? Like, can I do Agile? Or I don't really know how seasons work. I don't want to get in trouble for streaming stuff I'm not supposed to stream. Then again, there's only like a few of you watching on stream, so I don't think I'm ruining this for anyone. I should just play it safe. I should probably do a different machine. Yeah, he says any retired box is fine. I'll do a retired box just because I know I don't want to ruin the whole seasons things. It'd be fun to stream one live, but I don't want to. What they're doing is really cool, and I like HackTheBox, so I don't want to ruin it for them. Just pick this easy box, although it doesn't look easy. That's what I've noticed about HackTheBox, right? Even their easy boxes are not easy. I try to go off these reviews here. You know, this looks like a solid box. We have not too easy and medium is probably a more accurate rating of this Red Panda box. I haven't done it. If you guys have done it, let me know. Although, look at the review. It only has 3.9. I'd like to do a box with a little higher reviews. Guys, I can't get over this cough. My goodness. Sorry for coughing to your eardrum. I apologize. People on Twitch are agreeing, like, HackTheBox rating schemes are super funky. I agree. Let's see. Previse 4.4. That's decent rating. And we have time lapse. I feel like I did time lapse. Apparently I didn't because I don't have anything there. I've never heard of this machine. Let's do it. Machine I've never attempted. Looks like it's Linux. Let's give it a shot. And we will. I'm actually going to pull up my classic OneNote. Once again, going to go back to sharing my face. I need to get my OneNote so it's set on my personal OneNote and not on any work-related stuff. Let me just get that switched over real quick. All right. Here it is. Classic OneNote. Go to our boxes. And yeah, I was working on the inject box, actually, the season one, the other night, just for fun. HunterBot said, have you seen the new Outlook CVE? I don't know if I have. Let's check it out real quick. Critical Microsoft Outlook bug. Proof of concept shows how easy it is to exploit. Security researchers have shared technical details for exploiting a critical Microsoft Outlook vuln for Windows, blah, blah, that allows hackers to remotely steal hash passwords by simply receiving an email. Actually, I did see about this. Microsoft yesterday released a patch for the security flaw, but it's been exploited as a 0-day in NTLM relay attack since at least mid-April. I want to see the proof of concept. So he reviewed a script. He found the script could look for that and remove it when present. These can be then used to perform NTLM relay attacks for deeper access to corporate networks. So is this must be the proof of concept. So it's via, man, malicious calendar appointments in Microsoft Outlook. They set an appointment. So we're pulling it from that. Hello, thanks for the hash. Oh, we're going to watch this video, guys. Story time before we start Hack the Box. Oh, I missed it because I was coughing. All right. So we send the bad appointment to the person's Outlook calendar. Here's the bad appointment. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Gosh. That's crazy. And super easy. Yeah, I guarantee there's going to be at least like a room on Try Hack Me that explains this. And yeah, probably a machine on HackTheBox where this is the path, like an AD machine. That's cool. Really cool. All right, 10.10.11.104. Let's just grab that and make sure we can ping it so we're not having any more issues. We are not. Perfect. And we'll do sudo pluma etc hosts. Password 123, of course, is my password. Same password I use for my bank account. Previse.hackthebox. Save that. And now let's see if we can ping it by that name. We can. Okay, beautiful. Let's get our note set up. I have a cat here in my mouth. That's cool. Thanks, cat. And I'll show you guys how I do notes because it's been a while since I've done this, even for myself. So the way I do it, at least in OneNote, is you can have a main note and subnotes, which most note-taking platforms you can. So I just type the name of the machine and then the IP just so I can easily glance at it as we work our way through it. And what I'll eventually do is drop the Nmap scan right there, and then we'll break it up into whatever services and ports are listening and are open. So how I begin when I'm doing like a CTF like this is your general Nmap scan, -p dash, just scan all the ports. What I've noticed with CTFs is sometimes I'll have a service running on an uncommon port, and that's like your entryway. So I scan all the ports, and that's basically all I do at first. I just want to see what ports are open. If you use a tool like Auto Recon, it'll do what I'm doing for you. We can see that we have a web server open and SSH open. And, you know, there's a chance that's all we have open. So just to save time, I'll call this one Nmap full, and then we'll just scan those particular ports. So as you can see, this is common on machines 80-A, and then we'll do Previse.hackthebox-V is how I'll do it. So what's going on here? We're saying Nmap, we want you to scan only two ports to save time, port 22 and port 80. -A means aggressive scan. You wouldn't do this in like a red team operation where you're trying to remain stealthy because scans will pick this up. And on a CTF, hey, no big deal. And what an aggressive scan is going to do is it's going to throw every enumeration script that we have really at it. And let's see what is running on these two services. Let's see if we get any version information or things like that. We'll check our Nmap over here, port 80 and 22. It's likely those are the only services running. This is not an OSCP machine where you have 50 services running. Okay, so we have OpenSSH. We have HTTP 2.4.29 that is outdated, but I don't believe there's any vulnerabilities for that particular version of Apache. And because this is HackTheBox, I guarantee it's not an easy, like, find a vulnerability and exploit it type machine. It's going to be more complex than that, even though it's an easy box. So let's go ahead and pull up our notes, and let's just drop that Nmap scan right here. I'll try to break it up just for readability. And then I'm going to make some sub pages. And I wish there was a hotkey to make it a sub page, but there isn't. You just have to like right click and make sub page as far as I know. And we'll just drop this information down there so we can keep our notes organized. So on our first sub page, we will just call this SSH, and then in parentheses, we'll drop the port there, keep ourselves organized, and drop the SSH information there. Of course, SSH is not going to be the way we get in. I mean, you could technically like brute force SSH, but it's probably not going to work for you. HTTP, the web server, is going to be our entry into this server. So we'll grab that. We'll do HTTP, and then of course 80 is the port for HTTP, and drop our information in right here. Now let's look at this closely, and what I like to do is make a to-do list just from our initial scan. So we see a few things. We know it's running a web server. So one thing we want to check is we can do a very quick check for directories. We can use a tool like Dirbuster. You can use Derby. You can use Fuff. You can use GoBuster. Use whatever the heck you want. We'll use Dirbuster. And we'll do that. We'll run Nicto against it. Very easy tool. We could use Nuclei that HunterBot mentioned before. We probably won't need to, but we could do that later on if we want. But for our basic enumeration, we got Dirbuster, Nicto. We can use GoBuster to enumerate for virtual hosts. A virtual host would be if it has another web server using the same IP address. You'll see this in the real world, and you'll also see it a lot of times on CTFs where you have a virtual host, and we can do some vhost enumeration. Maybe there's a virtual host running. We can do that with GoBuster. I don't remember the exact syntax, but we'll find it. We'll Google it. We'll figure it out. So we have Dirbuster, Nicto, GoBuster. Trying to think what else I normally do. Honestly, it's been a while since I did a straight CTF. I think those are going to be our main tools that we throw at it. And then it looks like we probably have a login screen. So depending on the login screen, we could create like a custom word list, password list. I doubt the method of attack though is going to be brute forcing it, but you never know. Those are the main things that I would do, and we can go ahead and let's take a look at it, and let's start some of these scans up. Dirbuster is really easy for those of you who might be new to this. If you just type Dirbuster, it's going to actually give you a GUI, which is really helpful, especially if you're just starting out with some of this stuff and the command line stuff is a little confusing for you. So we will do HTTP Previse. Gosh, I'm losing my voice, y'all. Maybe I won't make it all the way till midnight, but we'll see how we go. HackTheBox 80 is our port. We'll just say go faster. 200 threads. Should work. It might break. I don't know. But let's see what happens. And we have to go to our word list. Standard place is user, share, word list, Dirbuster, and we'll just use the medium list. That's a good place to start. We can keep PHP. I think I saw in the nmap scan. Oh, you can see we only have those two ports open. So good to know. In the nmap scan, it showed login.php. So that's likely the main thing, but depending on what files we see, we could fuzz for some other file extensions. But for now, we'll just start with PHP. We'll have it recursive, so it does find something, it will dig down deeper into it, and let's go ahead and start that scan out. Just finding some basic stuff right now. Download.php, interesting. Okay, logs. I mean, it's 302, so we will get redirected if we try to go to it, but maybe once we get logged in, we'll be able to access those things. That all looks really interesting. We have a config.php. That'll be interesting to look into. Let's do Nicto as well. Like that. And we'll name our tabs just because it helps keep my mind organized. And I might hold off on the vhost fuzzing. Let's see if we can find anything with this. And if we cannot, then we'll do some vhost fuzzing. Finally, the next part of our little to-do list is just to browse the website and see what we can find. So we'll actually do this over here in Burp Suite, and we'll try to treat it like a real assessment and see what we find. So it's previse.hackthebox like that. I may have to relaunch this browser. Oh, no, it's going to work. Okay, cool. We'll let it load. And right now, I'm not doing any fuzzing, any scanning with Burp Suite, really just looking at it. So here's what I noticed right away. We have Previse file storage. So some type of file storage system. We have a username area and a password area. If I just do like a single quote, just to do some very basic fuzzing, we'll intercept that, log in, send this to repeater. Okay, first of all, guys, I need dark mode. I can't do this light mode craziness. I think it's in settings, and appearance, user interface, display. A few things I want to change. Just make this bigger just so we can all see it a little better. And let's throw this beast in dark mode. None of this crazy non-hacker white mode that hurts precious hackers' eyes. Okay, so we're just sending a single quote, seeing what we have here. Let's do send. What's it look like when it renders? Probably just invalid password, I'm guessing. Invalid username or password. Okay. Previse rocks your socks. Our author is malware. That's cool. We have login, file storage, invalid username or password. We're just seeing if there's anything interesting in here. It doesn't really look like it to me. If we go back to this page, and I guess we can turn off intercept real quick. Nothing, right? So invalid password. We already kind of saw the page source in the response. What we're looking for now is just any unique scripts it might be pulling from. I don't see anything. This is the author, though. Let's check out his website. Give him credit. So cool. He's like a pen tester. Or security researcher or something. These feeds are updated daily with IP addresses of attackers across the internet. Hacking notes gathered throughout the years. Oh, cool. This actually looks really helpful. Maybe we should use his own hacking notes to hack his website. I bet the way to hack it is probably stored somewhere in the dude's notes, right? We'll keep that pulled up. Maybe we'll use him as one of our resources, the one who created this. That's my OSINT, seeing who created the box and seeing if we can use their own scripts to hack their box. Okay, so initially right here, nothing of interest to us, but obviously there has to be something on here. Here's where it might be a vhost, but what do we see on here? So if we go to tree view, we have download.php. That's going to redirect us, of course, I think. See what happens. Seems slow. Okay, yeah, so if we go to download.php, the 302 message just means a redirect, and it's redirecting us to log in. So we don't have access to that unless we log in. Index would just redirect us to that as well, I take it. Accounts.php is also going to be a redirect. Nate says robots.txt. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is something I normally check, is robots.txt. Not found. Okay, files.php, that's a redirect. Our JavaScript we can access, but nothing interesting there. Config.php, now that looks interesting. And it's a 200, so I think we can access config. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you, config.php, for all the helpful information on how we can hack this machine. Appreciate that help. Is that all we got so far? Oh man, not looking good. We could, I'll show you guys how to use Burp Suite Pro to do some very basic fuzzing. So if we type in test here, and we go to here, turn on intercept, go to login, and we're going to send this guy to intruder. Here, we'll clear this, and we can just try fuzzing like the username field. Add that, go to payloads. We can try a few things. I mean, we just try SQL injection. Not going to worry about the base stuff. The base stuff is actually something that you can modify and configure, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. Let's just see what happens if we do this very basic attack. what we're looking for is a different length or a different status. If it's vulnerable to something like SQL injection, we might be able to trigger an error message, which so far is not looking like it. See what we can do, like here's a standard single quote that I tried manually. We can see the request and we can see the response and see if there's anything different. You can see it's invalid username or password, and it's the length of 2589. So it's kind of the baseline. So if we see any requests that are greater than that, then that's something that we want to look into further. Honestly, I don't think we're going to. I don't think that's probably the way into the app is just basic SQL injection. Maybe no SQL injection is something we could try. There's a few things we can try. I mean, we have a login screen. So we have to think like, how can we attack a login screen, or the login screen is not in the way to get into this machine, which is also a possibility. I will just say, if you're following along, retired machines all have walkthroughs, but I would encourage you, don't look at walkthroughs until I'm throwing my computer at the wall, which I'm not to that point yet. It's fun struggling through it and seeing what we can learn, seeing if there's anything interesting to us. All I'm thinking now is like fuzzing for vhosts. Maybe it's something outside of what we're thinking. So you can see it's finished, and if I sort by length, everything's the same. Could be no SQL injection. I've used that before in a HackTheBox machine to bypass authentication. No SQL injection. I kind of doubt it, but we can try it, I suppose. So if I just send this request to repeater, we can go pull down like no SQL injection GitHub. And let's see what we have here. So do we have authentication bypass? So here's a few different ways of doing it. We'll just try to steal like something basic like this. Pull up burp, and if I drop this here, what does that do? Invalid username or password. So that's probably not going to work either, but we'll try like, I don't know. Let's try one more. Nope. No dice. I'm guessing it's not a standard injection attack to get into it. Let's try some vhost fuzzing. Maybe there's a vhost on here. So actually, did I close that dude's website? Oh no, it's right here. I had it open here for some reason. Let me pull that open in Firefox. Let's see how he fuzzes for vhosts. Can I search? Oh man, this is cool. I like this dude's notes. Can I search? Okay. Fuzzing vhost enumeration. With virtual hosts, we are searching for additional web searchers which may be present on this host. Yep, that is correct. Oh, HunterBot said you could try type juggling and the post request do this. Okay, let me try that real quick. I mean, HunterBot, you're like the CPTS certified HackTheBox hacker, dude. So yeah, if anyone knows how to get into this box, you do. Let me go ahead and grab that you posted here. Oh, if I can copy. Send. Invalid username or password. Of course. Okay. Let's grab this, and I'm going to pull up this just for taking notes. And normally, do you want to restore? No. I don't need it that big. We'll just kind of use this mouse pad. I'll zoom in just as we take notes and get our commands here. So we'll change this to Previse.HackTheBox. User agent's fine. I actually do think this is the correct location for this on my Kali Linux machine. And I think I can just change this to Previse.HackTheBox as well. I think. Where's terminal? Here's this. What's Nicto? Has Nicto done anything cool? No. No. Has Dirtbuster found anything else? Nope. It hasn't. I'm really curious now if it's going to be vhost. Bah. Oh, I don't have that. Okay. So let me just go to, well, let's just go here. And let's find where that is on my machine. Hack smarter. So I'm talking to myself. So myself asked myself, which room is this? Just kidding. That's probably Nate. I guess there's other people now in the Hack Smarter Twitch channel. Is this Nate? Okay, yeah, it is Nate. Now that we have like multiple people have access to this Twitch channel, I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Logan. Maybe Logan hacked me to see if I'm really making money off Twitch. What room is this? Previse. So it's a retired machine. I wanted to do a seasonal machine, but it's not technically allowed. And I like HackTheBox, and I don't want them mad at me. Do I have SecList? Yep, I do. And discovery, DNS, and combined subdomains. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. We will fuzz for vhost. Okay, so now what we need to do is you guys will see we all have the size 2,801. I need to scroll down. We have to filter for that. So the way you do that is our same command and then tack on the end fs for filtering, and we'll filter by 2,801. And now it should give us a little more accurate response. While it does that, I'm trying to think of anything else to test on this machine. Like, I don't know how to bypass login. Besides simple injection stuff, I mean, admin. That'd be hilarious if that worked. No. Cyber Insight Canada said too early for NyQuil shot. Dude, I ran out of NyQuil. I don't have a NyQuil shot. Or else I'd pop it. Like, I don't know when I'm ever going to get over this silly cold that I've had for like ever. But we'll give this a second to load. See if anything comes up. Let me check out Twitch. HunterBot said verb tampering. Ooh. That's an interesting idea. Let's give that a shot. Let's try some verb tampering. So let's take like download.php. Let's just start with that one. I mean, there's obviously a few that we could do. Like account seems interesting to me as well. We'll just capture this request in burp, which we can close our intruder attack now. And we don't need to save that to memory. Turn our proxy back on. And let's just try download. Send this to repeater. And let's change it to get to like post. So still get 302 found, and it's redirecting us to that. If I do like, oh, why does it not type? What options does it give us? Okay, so you see it wants us to redirect. So if I follow redirection, it's just going to go to that. But there was also, what was it, accounts.php that looked interesting to me. Oh, create account. Hold up. Oh my goodness. HunterBot, you're a genius. Only admin should be able to access this page. Huh. Well, we are not admin, so, you know, we accessed it. and I did it with options. So let's do that. Options, and let's go ahead and forward that request, and we'll just turn intercept off. I just want to see this. See if it pulls it up for us. Isn't it the same request? Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I just want to see if I can get this in my actual browser. So if I turn this back on, go to that. All right, same exact request, forward. Oh, so there it's still trying to redirect me to login. What did I do differently? Let's go back to that repeater thing. Okay, well, we can create a new user. I wonder, let's do this. Let's show in browser. Maybe this will allow us to access it and interact with it a little more fully. Nay says burp doesn't follow the redirect, is also trying to redirect. Oh, you're right. Follow redirection. Okay, well, this is obviously a big clue at what we need to get into. We need to send data to this. So if I change this, like the get, let's just try each verb, and let's just see the different responses we get. Yeah, and it wants to redirect us. Only admin should be able to access this page. So clearly this is the page we want to get to, because then we can set a username and password. I wonder what data, like if I do post, can I post data to this page? Okay. So it's a form, post method, in user password. So I think we might be able to just like send a post request to create the user, is what I am thinking. Which is probably similar to our original request right here. Like, what if I copy something like this, go here, so we have our post request, and set our username to and then we also have to change, I'm thinking, our content type. No, it's the same. What if I just do send? Oh, and then we need to just do a password confirmation, which is it just like confirm password? We're getting somewhere. Usernames and passwords between 5 and 32 characters. The password confirmation needs to be provided. So we have username, password, and confirm. Oh, beautiful, guys. We just made ourselves an account. That is amazing. Oh, why is my screenshots not taken? Is my screenshot stuff not open? What do I use for screenshot, guys? Lightshot? Hold up. Why is Lightshot not running? There, now it's running. Okay. Go over to our notes and we'll say we are Elite Hack Source. Create an account. Our creds are Hack Smarter and password 123. All right, we are Elite Hack Source. Let's go ahead and try to log into this application. Hack Smarter and password 123. Is it going to work? Beautiful. Okay, now we have a little more information on this beast. Just for my own notes, I'm going to grab a screenshot of this. So this is after logging in. And here's obviously the main things we want to look at. Files look in particular interesting to me. Let's grab that and let's drop that in our notes as well. Okay, before we even try to hack anything, let's just look at everything we have access to here. So if I click accounts, only admin should be able to access this page. So this would be broken access control. I will teach you OWASP top 10 as we do this, right? We have broken access control. We shouldn't be able to access this account. Files. Where is my cat? My cat just jumped somewhere on this desk. Oh my goodness, we got site backup.zip. Uploaded by new guy. Good job, new guy. Can I download it? You guys want to say hi to my cat? This is my hacking cat. Hopefully you saw him. I think we can probably stop Fuff by now. My cat is in my way. My microphone's in my way. Actually, just so I'm organized, let me go to, whoops. Where am I at? Ooh. Well, this is just the website. I don't know if there'd be any, well, file logs. Okay, some of this stuff might actually be of interest to us. My cat's really annoying. I can't, like, type because the dude won't get off my lap. So that's just that page. Okay. So what does config now? Ooh, we have a SQL password. Let's grab that beast. My mouse stopped working. There we go. Now it's working. I'm being hacked. Logan's hacking me again. Freaking Logan. And just so we have that in clear text, I'll also just copy it like this. Or not clear text. Plain text. My cat is purring. Can you guys hear him purring through the microphone? Here, cat, you want purr? I'm going to have the ASMR channel. My cat purrs while I hack stuff. Okay. Well, we see a few things here. We'll keep looking at it, but I have a feeling this is probably how we're going to get on here. We have our user, we have a password, we have the database, our connection. We might be able to connect to that. But let's keep looking at what else is here. So we looked at config. I don't think download's going to be interesting. File logs might be interesting though. File access logs. We take security very seriously and keep logs of file access actions. We can set delimiters for your needs. Find out which users have been downloading files. And if the session is a user session, locations PHP. So we could have modified our session maybe as well to get to those other pages. Is this just the upload thing? Oh, you sure you want to delete file, upload files, add files to the table with counter, connecting to the database, delete files from where ID. So we have delete query here. So we're passing SQL queries to the database to do this stuff. And here's our redirect up there again. Once again, if user session is, or if session is user, then go to login.php. Okay. Here's our logs. I tried really hard to parse the logs in PHP, but Python was so much easier. So we're executing Python on the log process.py, echo output file path out.log. So they're writing, they're actually executing Python from this. That might be something that could be abused as well. That's just navigation. I think that'll be interesting to us. So status is for the SQL server. Connect database. If the connection equals false, then echo MySQL server. Well, now we know it's MySQL. I mean, we already kind of knew that. MySQL server is not functioning properly. Could not connect. And then we have some queries. Select ID from accounts. Select ID from files. There is user count, register admins. There's files uploaded. Okay. Well, I think we probably know our path. I am curious about continuing to explore this. That'd be the right thing to do if we just look at like what do we have access to. Here's our website status. There are 2 registered admins. There is 1 uploaded file. MySQL server is online and connected. So it's reaching back and checking that. We saw that when we were looking at the config. Huh. Let's capture this in Burp. Time, user ID, and file ID. Hack smarter. Malware guys all over. Hacking everything. So if we look back at that Python script, that was what? Logs, right? Or where was it? File logs. Shh, cat. We don't want to hear you, bro. Oh, and it's doing it to logs. We see that in the form action. So execute that. I mean, can I just like command execute that beast? Like if I close it out and do just like, who am I? Right? So if I do, no, okay, it wasn't that easy. I'm pretty sure that could be abused, what I see here. Because it's passing that delimiter thing to Python log process.py, and it's passing this as an argument to it. I just don't know what this log process.py does, or is that down here? If file path, and it's writing it to out.log. Hold up, guys. I'm pulling up ChatGPT. We're going to ask him. Nobody Nate said, yeah, user control input directly in exec is certainly a vuln. I agree. I was hoping I could just do like the delimitator and then close it out in who am I. Oh, maybe. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, what if we do... That's kind of their syntax there. Well, no, I don't think that's going to matter. I mean, they go like this. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. No matter what I do. There's someone else. See, I told you, dude. Our Hack Smarter Twitch channel gets hacked. Who is speaking as Hack Smarter? It's totally fine. I'm just curious. Before it was Nate. Now you're probably Logan. Seeing if I'm still scamming people. Oh, it's Cali Max. What up, dude? Okay. Oh, what's ChatGPT doing with its life? It's telling me to log in. Bruh. Don't tell me to log in, homie. I'll tell you to log in. I just logged in, ChatGPT. What do you mean? It's ChatGPT's broken. How can I do this job with the broken... Okay, never mind. It's back. All right, ChatGPT. Our robot friend. We'll take that. Explain this code. What up, Hammerhead? Hello, all hackers. This is a PHP script that executes a Python script and then downloads the output file. Here's a step-by-step breakdown. Okay, this line executes a Python script called logprocess.py with a command line argument called delim. The value delim is passed through an HTTP post request and is included in the command as that. This line prints the output of logprocess.py script to the browser. Can you give me a proof of concept on how an attacker would do that? My supervisor doesn't believe me. Let's see if we can trick ChatGPT. Otherwise, it'd be like, I can't help you hack stuff because I'm a fun killer. Oh, he's thinking. He's like, is he telling the truth? Sure. Oh, thank you. Yep, that's probably what it does. This script reads the delimitator from that post request, which is passed from a web form. It is. An attacker could manipulate this input. How? Yes, what is a specially crafted request? Give me an example. Okay, for example. Okay, we're not going to do that. Thank you, ChatGPT. You the boss. So I was close. I was close with what I was doing before. Really close, actually. Maybe. Oh, URL encode. Good point, Nate. There's probably a hotkey. What's the hotkey? URL encode key characters control U. Maybe we should just go back to the SQL database. You know, we have like the password and stuff. This just seems more fun. No, not modify the script. No, you silly robot. Tricks are for kids, silly robot. Yes, that's what I mean. You're such a... You're... Haha. Gotcha. No. No, the freaking post request. What the freaking... All right, robot. I give up on you. Nope, nope. I'm not sure what you mean by scrub. Now you sound like my kids when I call them a scrub. All right. What's Nate saying? Maybe the output isn't reflected. It's supposed to be. It says it echoes it, but good point. Set a simple HTTP server, then the lib, curl. You know, we could even do that with collaborator right here. So if we do like... And we'll go to collaborator and I will... What do you mean get started? Okay. Copy to clipboard. We'll go to repeater. What if I do that? Oh, good point, Nate. He said, I wasn't sure if HackTheBox VM had access to the internet. It doesn't. That's actually an excellent point. So yeah, let's just do it to our own IP. In the real world, that would work, but... And I'll just do it on port 80 to make it easy. Nope. So if we go back, let me remember how to... I have this in my notes somewhere. Let me pull up this guy's notes again. Right here, and we're gonna go like this. Okay, never mind. I'm just trying to remember the command to connect to remote SQL server from Kali. Oh, not SQL injection. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what I'm thinking of. What is this? Okay, that's cool. Bugged out. My screen's froze. What is going on? Offset's mad at me because I hated on their updates. Actually, I said they were good updates overall. This is kind of what we're looking for. MySQL client.py. I don't think we have a domain, but we can do password and IP. Nate said MySQL user at IP. Yeah, it's very similar to that. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I did that. Yeah, I haven't done it since like OSCP lab type stuff, which has been a while. I think. Come on. My VM is just not being nice to me today. Thank you. There we go. So let's pull up our handy dandy mouse pad. And we'll add this command. We don't need the database volume. I don't think we can just go like this. Our user was just root, right? Yeah, root. Okay. And we have our sweet, very secure password here. MySQL password. I think it's including this. Oh no, it's including this whole thing, I think. Hold up. Oh yeah, HunterBot. I did add a user, and then I successfully added a user, logged in as the user, found some files, downloaded the site backup, found this config.php that has some SQL creds. That's kind of where we're at right now. We kind of took some time trying to exploit a Python script. ChatGPT was a fun killer. And that's where things stand today. I might have to put this in parentheses. That's not going to like that. Can I escape it? What? I just want to see if this does anything. Does it attempt to connect? Is it Python 3? No, connection refused. Oh yeah, it is MySQL, you're right. So if we .u root -p is this crazy? I don't know if it's going to let me escape this password properly. Like, why wouldn't it escape that character? Maybe it's not actually part of the password. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, good point. If we do p without the password, it should prompt us. Good point, Nate. So we'll do our host 10.10 11.104. Enter password. I'm just going to copy and paste it to see if it breaks. And I believe I'm reading that password correct. That whole thing is the password, I believe. Why not? Why can't I connect to it? Oh, it wasn't open. MySQL wasn't even open on the machine. We have to get onto the machine first. We have to get a shell first. I just realized that. Remember, MySQL's not even open. We can't connect to it that way. Once we get on the machine, we can probably exploit MySQL. And can we upload files? Like, can we just upload a shell, bruh, and just jump on the machine? Like, are we overthinking this beast? We're like trying to do sweet, like, remote code execution in a custom script. I can upload files. Can I just upload a shell? Like a simple PHP reverse shell type thing? Let's try that. And yo, what up, 20 people? I didn't realize how many people are hanging out with us. Welcome, guys. Good to have you here. Let's just grab this script here. Pluma. And we'll just call it shell.php. Paste it in here. Update our stuff. Obviously, port 1337. I doubt there's any firewall that's going to stop me. It is Linux. Everything else should be good. I'm just going to call that shell in faith that it gives us a shell. No idea if it will actually work, though. And if we go to our files, let's select our shell.php file right here. Mr. T. Pepper said, watching you work through these live always makes me feel better about the silly things I miss when going through boxes. Patience and persistence is for sure the key. Yeah, it's so easy to miss little things, dude. And it's all just having fun with it. Like, once you get frustrated, it's no longer fun. Just have fun, even as you make mistakes. No big deal. File successfully uploaded. Now, this is going to try to download it. So we can see it's on file 33 right there. If I click this, I don't think it's going to execute on its own. Yeah, because it's going to download the file, which of course isn't going to execute it. We want the server itself to execute it. But I wonder if we copy the link address and do something crazy like, if I go to proxy, if I turn on proxy and I change it to, like, I don't know, a different kind of request there. No idea, guys, if this will work. So we see that the file is, of course, being stored there. It's being stored on there. If I do git, it's just going to download it. Right, there it is. It's showing it to me in text. It's not actually running it, but I want the web server to run it, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to do that. This file parameter is interesting to me. It makes me think of like directory traversal, LFI type stuff. Is my Python server still running? Okay, not RFI. But let me show you guys the power of Burp Suite Pro. Let's grab this as the target. We'll add that. We'll go to payloads, and we'll do something like path traversal. Just kind of looking at what this looks like. Yeah, screw it. Let's see what happens. Sit back and relax. Maybe this isn't the case. It just looked interesting to me. That file parameter, the way it just says file equals like that. Usually you're going to be able to get like path traversal or LFI or RFI or something. Something like that on the machine. Maybe not the case here. Let's glance at Dirbuster. Not that we can access things. I'm trying to think if any of these would store files. Oh, does request type? Oh, it's put, isn't it? I didn't change the request type. Yeah, it probably matters. Oh, man. All right, let's go like this. And good call. I forgot that I changed the request. New mistake, y'all. I mean, it still might not work, but drink of water while we wait. It uploads the file. Now, here's the other thing I'm curious about. I want to capture the actual file upload thing in proxy, and I want to see what that looks like. Stupid cat, bruh. Go to sleep, cat. Like, it's past your bedtime, homie. Let's go to here, and we'll just upload our shell file again. Why not? We'll select shell.php. And are we capturing in Burp, right? Yep. Okay, beautiful. Submit. So we're posting it. We're sending a post request to files.php. You know, let's just so it looks a little cleaner. Let's Pluma that beast. Okay. So what is going on? If count of the files is greater than 0, is uploaded files, user data, give it a temporary name. Insert into, so we're, can we do like some type of SQL injection with like our file name or something? Insert into files. So we're inserting into the SQL database our file name, our file size, our data, and our user. That makes me think we can somehow do like SQL injection with our file name. You guys know what I mean? Does that sound crazy to you? If server request method equals post, and empty post delete, error connect, select protected from files where ID and protected equals 1, limit 1. That's like deleting. It's checking if the file is protected when it deletes it. But yeah, what stands out to me is the fact that it's like including the name of the file directly in the SQL database, which just seems like bad design to me. You know, if this is like a real environment. Let's grab that. Let's drop that in our notes, kind of as a finding, something we're going to look into more. And we're going to copy this. What did I do with our crazy robot friend? Yep, so we understood this when we read it. It then creates a SQL query to insert the file data into a database table called files. With the file name, size, contents, the connect database function is called to create a database connection. The SQL query is executed using the query method. If the query is successful, Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure we could do SQL injection. The SQL query then inserts the file data into the files table is vulnerable to SQL injection attacks because it directly includes user input. So that's what I realized looking at it. The way to prevent it is to use prepared statements. The code checks that there's files to upload, but it doesn't validate that the uploaded file is actually a valid file type or that it doesn't exceed a certain size limit. This can lead to potential security vulnerabilities. So this is talking about like we could do a denial of service attack if we upload a super large file. And file permissions, the code doesn't address file permissions, which could allow unauthorized access to the uploaded files or allow malicious code to be uploaded to the server. That's the goal. Overall, to ensure this code is safe, it's important to validate user input, sanitize user data, and follow security best practices. So we can do some type of SQL injection. I'm trying to think of, and we could do it by naming our file because it's not validating the file. So we can call the file quite literally whatever we want to do, and it's putting it in the file parameter. Yeah, can you show the code again? Absolutely. So here is what I believe is a vulnerable code. When we upload a file, it's quite literally taking our user inputted data. So insert into files name, size, data, user, and then it's passing these values. So we can make file name, file size, all that stuff, whatever we want, and it's going to store it directly in the database. Someone just said, hey, you came and spoke today at STI. I just want to say your presentation was amazing. Spoke clearly, went into great detail for your first time. You did great. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad that someone from Southeast Tech decided to join me on Twitch tonight. It was a blast, man. Like I said, I've done like some public speaking on non-IT stuff, but I've never done public speaking on IT or pen testing. For those of you who are unaware what the heck he's talking about, this morning, I had the opportunity to go to a local college and speak to the IT security class about how I got into pen testing, the day-to-day in the life of a pen tester, and some career skills, both soft and technical skills that you should work on if you want to be a pen tester. If you missed the presentation, which all of you did because you're not students at Southeast Tech, I uploaded the full presentation to my YouTube page. So feel free to check it out. And I'm open to any and all feedback since it was truly my first time giving a presentation like that. And Sarsec said, yeah, file name is injectable. Also add slashes on the actual file contents is bypassable in some cases, but not in this case, sadly. If both file name and file data were sanitized by add slashes, you can still break out of the codes with the backslash. So file name is injectable. And that was my initial thought. I'm just like, I'm not awesome at SQL injection in general. So we're going to figure out like the best attack against that. Well, we don't want to do that. I'm trying to think of how we can exploit this to get remote code execution. To prevent SQL attacks. Okay. So that's just dropping table files. We don't want to do that. SQL map. We could use SQL map. You're right. We're going to do it manually, though. More fun. Yeah, let's just do it slowly. Let's just see what happens. Like, see if we can trigger, like a real assessment. Like, let's see if we can trigger a strange error message. User data. Okay, here's the file name. Here's what I was looking for. So if we look at how it's structured. So if I do, what did ChatGPT do? Right, so just that and that. Let's try single quote. Go back to repeater and just see what happens, right? So error while uploading. Error while uploading. HunterBot said this seems like a lot for an old HackTheBox machine. Is this an old machine? I didn't even look at when it was released. 585 days. You're right, it is a little bit older. Okay, let me go back to this. Guys, this works smarter, not harder. So if we just highlight this and go to payloads, let's just do basic SQL injection and see what happens. So here we have a different error message. File uploaded successfully. This also, I think, is file uploaded successfully. Okay, so we just have to figure out the right way to exploit it. Sarsec gave, okay, that's a good one. We can see if it sleeps for 5 seconds. Good point. So I want to see the response of some of these. Oh, this is interesting. Hold up. Oh, this is just showing all my uploaded files. Never mind. That's why it's getting bigger. Because it's showing the uploaded files after it uploads it. Does anything like this do anything cool for us? Yeah, we could just try to sleep it. Let's try to sleep it. Go back to, we'll keep that open for now. We'll go to repeater, and let's take this payload right here from Twitch. Hold up, what just happened here? I think it's Control U, right? If I remember right, that's the shortcut. I don't think that slept it though. Okay, this has to be the path though, I think. What does this look like now? If I turn off burp, that's just so standard base stuff. What was the order of the columns again? Try injecting a fake row first. The user, but the user part of it is just filled in by the session. Dude, my cat is on my lap, and now his hair's all over my mouth. Bleh. I'm just showing to you guys, like, HackTheBox easy is not easy. I think we can all agree on that at this point of time. Okay, let me try this one real quick. Here while uploading. need to encode the spaces. Do you guys see something I'm missing here? Union all select. Oh. Okay, that's an interesting way to do it, HunterBot. Let's see if that does anything. I might have to encode this. Let's first go back here. Sarsec said it's not a select statement, so you can't union select. Guys, it has to be something. Let me just step back. Step back for a moment, and let's glance at our notes thus far. We're elite hack source because we created an account where only admins should be able to access this page, okay? Create our account. We logged in. We downloaded the site backup, and we were able to look at like the different PHP files, see how everything's set up. We have the password for MySQL. I mean, we could always test password reuse. You know, like we can see the other admin on here, so we kind of know his username, but I doubt he's using MySQL password for his SSH password, right? So I don't think password reuse would work. There's just the plain text of that. When you upload a file, it's putting the value directly in the database. Seems like a bad idea. File size, file data, session user. We're in a query on that. Okay, looking over at the chat. Nobody Nate said can't select be used in the values context as a nested statement. Sarsec said yeah in a subquery. Yeah, step back and try to inject a fake row first without the sleep subquery. There was some log download feature. What was that? Okay, let me try this payload real quick, and then I'll show you that log feature, and we'll take a look at that a little closer and see if there's anything interesting in that for us. Come on, mouse. Don't freeze on me. Okay. The log feature was, jeez, so many files. Log data, I think. Oh, I don't want to see it in that way. I mean, we can look at it real quick. So each file has a file ID. How can I get the server to execute the file based on the file ID? And then we have this website status. I want to review some more code. Select ID from account, select ID from files. There's a file query? Oh, there are 102 uploaded files. That's how it's giving us that information. So Sarsec, do we have all the code for all the files? Yeah, Nate's right. We found a site backup. And is it something like log download.php file equals file.log? Oh, you mean when we access it? I'll tell you in a second. Is that log data? So this is what it looks like to get log data. Oh wait, no, that's not quite right yet. Let me go back to this, and now if we hit submit, man, this is the part that looked interesting to me. The fact that it's executing the Python stuff. What box is this? This is, I already forgot the name of it. Shoot. Previse. It was just a random retired machine I picked. But like, get it. This is rated as easy. So Sarsec, I don't know if you were on here when I was looking at this code. This is the code that I think we could get command execution from. If we go to logs.php, so it is passing what I put in post here, right? So if we go to Burp Suite up here, you can see this is that delimiter parameter, and it's passing it directly into Python. Now I tried like closing this out manually and then executing like who am I? Actually, ChatGPT even told me to do that very thing, and I couldn't get it. But yeah, okay, so is that straight up command execution? I tried that, dude. All right, watch. That's exactly what I tried. Like, I'm almost certain this is the way we get into this, right? So I could try like, I even tried to ping. Oh, whoops, I screwed that up. Hold up. That was my bad. I tried to ping myself so I could see kind of blind injection to see. I can't talk and do stuff at the same time. Let's just see what that does. Okay, so nothing there. Yeah, we might not get output, but you should be able to test with and sleep 5. Okay. It's not sleeping. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, oh, shoot, guys, it's sleeping. Did you see that? So it's not reflecting stuff to us, but just for my own testing, y'all. Can I just very simply, whoops, like curl? There, I got a GET request. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now, let me just slow down. Let me throw some stuff in our notes. So we have command execution there. And just once again for our notes, we'll say, hey, here's the proof. There's a GET request coming from our target web server, like that. Okay, pull this back up. Dive back into burp. All right, checking out this command. Oh, wait. Can I just like download a shell to it? Like, will that download a request? I have my shell right there. So now that should be at the web root, right? If I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, this is too much crap open. Let me close these intruder attacks out. It's there. It's hitting it. It's not executing it, but it's hitting it. It clearly downloaded it to the web root. But Sarsec said, yeah, we didn't specify a command in the O parameter. The shell PHP is looking for 0 param in get URL. Oh, see, I'm thinking of my shell that I uploaded. Like, I had a shell on here that I tried to wget to upload. But I see what you guys are saying. That was like the first one I did. Okay, let's try that then. Am I missing something? Look at chat. Maybe I replaced our shell. Let me redo your command. Let me just call it something else, like shell 2. Just keep it clear. Here, because that was my wget, because I had a simple PHP shell stored. We'll just call this like shell 2. And let me URL encode all this like that. And let's try that real quick. I'll make sure to put the echo in front of system. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Dude, my cat's hair is still on my face, y'all. From when he was sitting on my lap. Okay. Okay, so we uploaded it. Now if we go to this tab, now it doesn't just say about everything, right? If I type in shell 3, we should get not found. Okay, good. So it is for sure seeing it on here. Why does that parameter not work though? It's a 0. Which should, I mean, we should be able to go like this. Or yeah, sleep 5. That's a good idea. It doesn't sleep. Yeah, it's probably not encoded right. Try base64 encoding it first. Oh, I am missing the parameter name, aren't I? Okay. Gosh, it's so easy to miss stuff, y'all. Especially when it's this late at night. Oh, it still doesn't sleep. Yeah, it's probably not encoding right. Try base64 encoding it first. The actual payload, like this, try base64 encoding that. Yeah, okay, that is what you're talking about. I see you did it for me, though. Okay, let me grab that. We'll just see what happens. I mean, we're getting somewhere, guys. This has been super helpful for me, just learning. Such good stuff. Tell me to STFU if I'm backseating too hard. No, dude. I'm honestly not even sure how to exploit this. So you are not backseating too hard. That's the purpose of Twitch, y'all. We do this together. We fail together and we succeed together. A reverse shell this time is just easier. I agree. Can we just do like a bash reverse shell? I mean, if we have command execution. Cyber Canada posted a walkthrough. I don't want to see a walkthrough, dude. I don't want to cheat. We're not to cheating yet. I go till midnight. I still have an hour and 20 minutes before I look at a walkthrough. Okay, let's try a reverse shell, just like basic. We know Python's on here. Like we could do a Python reverse shell as well. Because we can even see the path of Python, right? If I go, I don't need that right now. User bin Python. All right, no idea if this will work. But let's just try it just for fun. Let's see what happens. So we'll drop our IP in here. 10.10.14.3 will be 1337 because we're elite. And we'll copy that. Go here. Drop it into that. And then we will reverse shell. That's what I'm talking about, my friends. We have a shell on the system. Overthinking it, that was our issue. Oh, let me grab this for my notes. Drop down here, and now we're going to say we are even more elite hack source. We have a All right, that's my attempt at leet speak. Huh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, do a fake shell here just to make it a little bit more interactive. I'm curious about that script, about a few things, but if we go to access backup.sh and log process. What's access backup.sh? We always make sure to store logs. We take security seriously here. I know I shouldn't run this as root, but I can't figure out programmatically on my account. This is configured to be run with cron, added to sudo so I can run as needed. We'll fix it later when there's time. I wonder how we escalate our privileges. I'm guessing it has to do with this. Sarsec said, check the shell 2 from the web root for funsies. See why it didn't execute. Okay, we can do that. Let's see. Then we'll jump back to that. I don't know why it didn't execute. It is weird. Oh well. Oh, get is missing. You're right. Oh, okay. So I'm reading this for those of you on YouTube because you can't see the Twitch chat, which is why you should join me live. It's a lot. There's a lot more learning. The $_ get got stripped because $ is a special character in the shell. You had to escape the $. Oh man. All right. Good to know for the future, right? Always learning something, but we have user. Well, we should be able to get the user flag. Where's the user flag at? If we go to home, what users do we have? Can we access his? Oh, you scrub. So I need to get into his account first, maybe, to get user.text. Oh, guys, we have SQL. Oh, we should connect to the SQL database. Boxes. Drop way down here. Wait, what? Oh, I'm on an old version of my hacking notebook. Let me switch to the right version of my hacking notebook. And yeah, remember, this is why notes are key. We have access to a MySQL database. Sarsec said, I think I know how to exploit the GSIP, but I'll shut up for now. Well, I might need your help in a little bit once we get to that point. And maybe that is the way to do it. It should be user, right? Yeah, I see user. Oh, nothing good for us there. Where was it dropping these files to? Was it not to this database? Oh, Previse. I didn't even see Previse. There's accounts. Okay. So we have the salt. We could crack some hashes. I like the salt icon. Let's just see the file. No, I'm not going to actually list the files because there's way too many files. There's like 105 files or something like that. So we have this user here. The frick is this little Okay. I don't think Hashcrack's going to like that, but. What's the salt shaker? It's the salt, dude. You know, like a hash has salt. I don't know what it is. You know, because you salt hashes, so there's a salt shaker for the hash. I think that's the joke. Oh, man. I don't... What am I supposed to do with that? Just delete it? Lol. Okay. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. If I cat hash.text, it's like the standard MySQL hash, right? I think. Or some type of standard hash. MD5. If salt is a character string starting with the characters that, followed by a string terminated by lat, so it's MD5. Nate said, let me close out of this. Hashcat hash, it can auto ID in most cases, or at least give you a list of options that are based on the hash. Really? Just like that? What do you mean? Oh, like it's part of Hashcat. Is it? Really? Well, I know it's MD5. You need Hashcat. What do you mean I have Hashcat? Oh, in auto detect mode. Shoot, I always would grep in the help to figure out the hash and then specify the hash. I didn't even know there was an auto detect mode. TIL. Today I learned. Yep, in MD5, which is what we found when I was just looking at it. Sarsek said, work smart, not hard. Yep. No trying harder here. Come on, give me a password. We were at the 3-hour mark of our streaming, guys. The first hour was us talking about the Pen 200 updates and how they basically just ripped off HackTheBox Academy. And the last 2 hours have been this. This has been fun, though. I kind of miss doing, like, when I was prepping for OSEP, if you guys remember, like, all my streams was just this. Like, we picked a HackTheBox machine from the OSE prep list and then cried for a while. But good. It was fun. It was always fun. So I might go back to just knocking out machines like this. Man, it wants me to be patient. It wants me to be really patient. Will it attempt to break the password myself, or do I have to specify the word list? Well, I'm not patient. It'd be M, right? I think 500 and then the hash.text. Let's try that. Do 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 do. Says to please be patient. Like, yo, I'm on Twitch. Can you just crack this password so we can keep moving through this machine before I have to go to bed? Sarsek said the salt shaker emoji might actually be part of the salt if that's even possible. Oh, do we hit the end of the dictionary? Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. What the heck is that salt shaker? Okay, well, obviously that's not what I'm looking for. I think the salt shaker is part of the salt. Legit. That's amazing. Like, man, kudos to the creator of this machine that they added a legit freaking salt shaker to the hash. Like, beautiful. I like Pluma. So can I just drop that beast in there like that? Like, all right, there's our there's our password. What is this craziness? The freak is this salt shaker? Okay. I mean, this has to be the way because we need to take his account over first. This has to be the way. We have to crack this password. I think we have to figure out his freaking salt shaker. What? Oh man. Okay. Yeah, the Hacksmart account's mine. You're right, Espran. Sarsek said the web app logic might do some parsing. You can find out by looking at the actual PHP code. Okay. Let's do Pluma. There's login, right? I wonder if that's where we could see it. So here we can see our database query. Select that from accounts where username equals. And then, hack smarter, for example. And then there's the salt shaker. If crypt password, pass hash, result free. That's amazing. It's part of the actual salt. I'm not cracking this though. Usually when it's like a brute force, it's like a minute, at the most. Nobody Nate said, I mean, you could just find the password in the walkthrough, but how the heck do they crack it? Okay, it's really hard to look at walkthroughs without giving too much away. We're going to try it, guys. Unless anyone has an idea on how the frick you you do this, like, this is great security. Just add a legit salt shaker to the salt of your password hash. No one can crack it because they'll be so confused. Like, what is going on here? Okay, don't look. Esperance said just ignore my idea then. Well, I can't really crack my own password to see how, like, reverse engineer the hash. I'm not entirely sure how to do that. Okay. So this is where we could have edited the session. You could skip redirects. That's what we didn't do. We modified our own custom post request to create an account, which is way more elite than skipping redirects, I think. When we found it, it stopped the redirect and sent a post request to create an account. That was the way more hacker way to create our account, in my opinion. We did it cooler. Okay, I'm going through this slowly. All of this is stuff that we came across on our own. We have our file backup. I'm not even going to look at some of this information because I don't want to see all of it. I'll come back to this like after we do it. Okay, shell as www data. Identify command execution. First thing I did, okay, is saying how we got command execution, which we did as well. Oh, he did it that way? Okay, so that we found all of that ourselves. What box is this? This is Previse or Previse. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Okay, and we got our shell. We used Python, of course, but our Python shell worked just fine. Oh, you can use script to upgrade your shell. That's interesting. Okay, shell is malware. There's only one home directory and does have user.txt. I can't read it yet. Anything else uses their database. So we did all this. Like, we caught this ourselves. That's a win. We had that config right, and it doesn't work for any users. We connected to the database. We connected to the Previse database. We show the tables. We dump the accounts. I didn't want to do files. Yeah, I don't want to do select from files that will crash my session because the data is large. We didn't do that because we had the same idea. Account stores the name, password, and create time, which of course is where we found the freaking hash. The hash seems to be using emoji characters per the salt. That's a little silly, but nothing I can't try to break. I'll put the hash into a file and feed the hashcat. Based on the example's hash page, it looks like MD5 or crypt mode 500. We did all of this, okay? How the frick did you crack it? Bro, we're doing that same exact thing. Why is it not working for us? Is it really just wait? Okay, we're going to cheat. We're going to let this keep running. But, y'all, I've been doing this now for 3 hours and almost 15 minutes. So I'm going to let this keep running as a proof of concept to see, like, does it actually work? But I am just going to steal this password right here and close this out. Okay. Back to our own stuff. So the nice thing is we actually didn't miss anything. We were doing the right thing. It's just usually when you have to brute force stuff, it doesn't take that long, right? Let me jump over to here. LXA said, see where the password is and rock you. Honestly, that's actually a good idea. My mouse froze. Still running. It's in there. It's there. So we can assume if we let it keep running, it's going to find it. It's for sure in rock you. It's just a little further down. And it's just taking a little bit longer on me. I'm going to stop this, guys. I think we've proven that that's how you would actually crack it. Just like keep the freaking salt shaker in there, and it will eventually crack it. As a result, we now have this guy. So let me just save the creds here. Malware, Leet spelling on his name there. And I love Cody. Okay. Now we should be able to get an SSH session. Oh, nope. Malware. Beautiful. I need a drink. Now we can get our user.txt. Beautiful. Like, kudos to the designer of this box. This has been a fun machine to work through. But once again, I don't know if I'd call it easy. I guess once we figured out the command execution, it was pretty easy to get a shell, but it took us some time to get to that. Still good learning overall. That would be funny, Nate. I remember that from King of the Hill when people do that crap. I'm going to call that medium personally. Okay. All right, y'all. It took us like over 2 hours, but we got a user flag. That counts for something, right? Yo, my back hurts, even with my Secret Labs chair. Sit in this chair all day, sitting it all night. I need a standing desk is what I need. All right, let's go back to opt. There was a scripts folder and access backup. Can I just run it? What if I go like this? Okay, whatever. We always make sure to store logs. We take security seriously here. I know I shouldn't run this as a root, but I can't figure it out programmatically. I was seeing if it was stored there. He says he executes it. Hold up. This configured to run with cron, added to sudo. So I can run as needed, and we'll fix it later when there's time. Let me grab this. Oh, shoot. We can run the following commands in Previse. Okay. As root. Sweet. We'll try that in a second just so we get a feel for what it's doing. My guess is going to be sudo and the file is writable. Says Nate, you might be right. Hack smarter, so I'm talking to myself. I think this is Cali Max at Costco has an excellent standing desk under 300. I'll check that out. Guys, my desk. Oh, my desk is 2 6-foot white tables. That's how ghetto it is. It's not even a real desk. So we can read and execute. We can read and execute. Root can read, write, and execute. But we can execute it. Let's just execute it. Okay, so what's it doing? Gzip, C, var, log, Apache 2. Var backups, date. We're adding the date. We're saying yesterday. File access log. So we're just zipping it up and adding it in our backups folder. You know what I notice, I don't know if it matters. I was thinking maybe I could like, since it doesn't specify the full path of gzip or something, if I could like make a malicious gzip so it runs it as sudo. It's kind of what I'm thinking in my head. Because that's what I notice about it, right? It's not specifying /bin/gzip. It's just specifying gzip. So if I can make it think gzip is something else, I don't know if that would work. We're going to go like this. Review this code. Is it vulnerable at all if a user can execute Is there any issue ChatGPT's like, I don't know, bruh. Or he's going to tell me, I'm an AI trained model. I can't help you have fun. Ooh. It says execute only the file name blat, which assumes that the files are located in the current working directory where the command is executed. To mitigate this risk, it's recommended to provide the full path to the log files and executing the gzip command rather than relying on the current working directory. For example, instead of using gzip var backups, the command could be written as so sure that gzip only compresses the intended log file and prevents path injection attack. So is it thinking like injecting actually where the logs are, like var gzip what are permissions on var backups? That is a good question. We'll just go there. Nate says it looks like path is inherited. I tested with echo path, same as sudo echo path. So maybe, oh, it backed up shadow and password. What can I read from this stuff? Oh, nothing of interest to us right now. I think it's path injection. I've just only done path injection a few times. If I go to Linux Previse, I have this. Oh man, okay, let me get back to the Twitch chat. Missing a bunch of Twitch chat. What kind of permission? Path injection. Which path is used? Sudo. Hack smarter. So I told myself create an executable file named gzip and temp with bin bash -p command in it, prepend path with temp equals path hijacking. Okay, good point. So create gzip. So create gzip somewhere in your path, or like Callie Max said, put it in temp and add that to your path. Try making a shell script in temp and add temp to the start of your path. GTFO bins echo chmod -s that bin that bash. Oh, that's a good one, because then we can run bash as sudo. Okay. Good idea. Oh, he says no, that wouldn't work. Here, let me just go to temp real quick. And so if we do, yeah, why wouldn't that work? You can just create a small shell script and temp gzip, but the contents. And then add temp to the start of your path variable. Okay, we're gonna do one of these, all of them, until we get it. Guys, I'm getting tired, so if I start like missing obvious things, we're at 3.5 hours. And then add temp to the start of your path variable. Okay, so you can create a small shell script in temp.gzip, but the contents of that. Oh, do I need to escape it? Let's just go like this. You thinking like that? And then add temp to the start of your path. When you run sudo backup script, it will end up executing temp.gzip, and that will drop you into a shell. Oh, yeah. Are you sure? Shebang. We need shebang, right? No. You don't want that. Do you mean just like this? Okay, screw it. We're gonna do like this. We'll try it. Sorry. Why are you doing another video? Ran across your monitoring one or something. Oh yeah, I agree with that, dude. Nate, when are you streaming again, dude? We'll do this as well, right? Bin bash -p. Okay. Let me glance at my notes real quick. Just so I understand path execution or path exploit a little more. In a folder for a user has right permissions looking path, you could hijack an application. These notes are from I think Try Hack Me. And so we identified our script. Now we just need to add temp to our path. And the reason that works is because since they didn't specify the full, like gzip, the full location of it, and we can modify our path, we should be able to add temp to our path. And actually do that here. It looks like the folder would be easier to write to is probably temp. At this point, temp is not present at path. That command accomplishes it. So a very simple command like this should do it for us and add temp to it, I think. Let's see. And now we have temp here. Okay. Now if we go to opt scripts ls sudo access back. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, guys. What? Sudo? Why am I not root? Oh, hold up. That might be the issue. Look at that. We're root, ladies and gentlemen. We got it. We are root. I just didn't make my gzip executable. But we did it, guys. 3 hours, 30. Well, actually, the first hour was talking about OffSec. 2.5 hours in, we have become root. Wait, what? What? Did I break the path? What's the location of just ls? Is it hold up. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. It's just bin ls. Okay. Guys, I'm root, but I can't do anything. Beautiful. Let's, I guess, get a reverse shell. Whoa. You guys, we're doing a bash reverse shell, and I'm getting root that way. None of this magic tricks you guys are doing. You guys and your dirty hacker ways. Sure, I'll keep 4242. There. Freaking got root.txt, you scrubs. Oh man, Alexei said, and this guy has OSCP. He says I'm messing. We got it. After I like murdered my root shell. Once again, guys, just go simple. Just get the bash shell. That obviously does the job. Grab my screenshot, show that I have become root. I'm gonna blame the fact that I've been doing this for 3.5 hours. And it's like just about midnight where I live for that. But I got it my way. It does the trick. If you want to avoid reverse shells, you have to do chmod s. So as a sticky bit to bin/bash. I think that's what Callie Max actually said to do. If I remember right, initially. The privilege escalation, honestly, I would say that was actually a lot easier than initial access. I mean, honestly, borders on easy. We'll just call it not too easy. Boom. We did it, guys. Good work, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. I'm going to call it a night. Usually I try to go till midnight, but it's about 30 minutes till midnight. I'm not going to start something brand new. But this was a lot of fun, guys. So thank you for hanging out with me this late and hacking stuff with me. Just a reminder for those of you who might be new to Twitch, I am streaming every Wednesday night from about 8 p.m. Central Time to about midnight. And this was a lot of fun, just taking a HackTheBox machine and diving into it together, having kind of a team effort on this. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the help. My goal is not to show that I'm an expert, because I'm clearly not. My goal is to learn, and I accomplished that goal in this stream today. Hopefully you accomplish your goal of learning as well. So guys, thank you for being here. Have an awesome night. I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.